welcome again to another episode of Off the Air with Albie there. My name is Albie, your host, and today we have a real special treat for all my viewers today. I'm super stoked and especially excited to introduce my guest today. He really needs no need for introduction, as he is well known for writing such bangers such as Connected, Yuppie Ghetto, Local Dub, Not Today, and the list just goes on and on and on, well into his most recent project with his new band called the Capital Vices Limited. So ladies and gentlemen, I ask you to please put your hands together, and without further ado, give a warm welcome to today's special guest, Mr. Roby Rogers. Mr. Rogers.
Thank you.
They love you, buddy. They love you. How are you, my friend? How's everything?
I'm good. You know, just glad we finally got this together.
I really appreciate you being here on my show, man. As modest as it is, and what it is, as you can see here, it's a little bit of a one-man show here, but nevertheless, to have you take some time out of your day to be here with us this morning means the world to me, Rob. Thank you.
No, the guerrilla production, I'm all about it. I'm gonna pour up coffee here. That's the good thing about this interview.
How about we cheers to this morning, man?
Cheers.
Cheers. And we start early on the show.
Never too early. At least you're not waiting for the castle to open up.
That's right. The local bar shot out there. Let me ask you, Robbie, are you familiar with the Albie There show at all?
I am a little bit. You know, we've talked for a while now.
Yeah, we've been trying to get you on the show, and
I'm getting here on the show. Yeah, and you know, and I love the fact that we haven't really. I thought we would talk about what we're going to talk about, but we're just kind of. As far as the show goes, we're meeting like live on the air.
Right. And that's kind of the promotion of my show. And what it is, Rob, let me just give you a breakdown of it. It's a one-man show with the production and everything that you see here. But it's basically me taking on local musicians, artists, anyone in the South Bay community that wants to come and be a guest on my show. And we just kind of have banter here and just talk about it.
You're the perfect guy for it.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah. Thank you for saying that.
The thing about Albie that I love is so we've known each other for a while now.
Yeah,
we had a lot of mutual friends, but when we really became friends, you know, what I love is, you know, within 30 seconds we're laughing.
That's right. But Rob, again, thank you for being on my show today. I kind of want to bring you here today to talk about your musical career and just walk down memory lane on some of the stories that you have about not only your musical career with such bands as when you started with Rhythm Track, going on from there into World Called Peace, and of course we're going to talk about True, and of course, and just your life work as far as your musicianship. So, and just give us a brief history of how you started your music career. Were you classically trained, or was this something that you started in the garage?
Hell no. You know, like the music thing, I got turned on to music by my grandma Betty, very, early on, she would play the piano, and my grandpa would play sax, and I can remember like people being over, and they'd be doing songs and stuff, and so my grandpa was pretty musical, but like overall, you know, it wasn't like I came from this radical jazz family or anything like that. So, you know, I love music, but then the real thing was, you know, when the punk rock thing happened, for me it was, it allowed you to see, instead of like stadium rock and you know, I'm old enough to where like, dude, I had to live through the dark age, what I call the dark ages of music. I mean, you know. But the thing was, is that getting back to what I started to say is the punk rock thing allowed you to see a ton of bands like right in your face. And it just kind of was a thing where I was like, man, you saw a lot of good bands and you saw a lot of shitty bands.
Sure.
You know, I can swear, right? And so you saw a lot of shitty bands, but you got to the point where like, hey man, I want to do that. And the first band I got into, I was in this band called Crocodile Tears, which I was pretty much terrible in, but it was my first chance to play your heart. To play with good musicians, and you know, they started teaching me about, you know, singing and pitch and stuff like that. And so I got experience there, and then the turning point for me as far as like being able to execute, well, I mean, I was able to do it in Con 800 and Crocodile Tears, but Lazy Dread, Adam Gonzalez,
right,
and the original Dimebag Dan, they were starting this project called Rhythm Track, and you know, at that time there was like reggae was, you know, it was kind of like punk rock. It was
Okay.
not everyone was into it, you know. So I was always kind of like I started with writing lyrics. I was a huge Doors guy.
Yeah.
You know, before punk rock, that was kind of like the whole thing.
Punk rock.
Yeah.
He
in a
was
way.
punk in a sense.
Yeah, and so, you know, I started there, and then went to Con 800, and the Crocodile Tears thing. But when Adam and Dan approached me about Rhythm Track, I'm guessing I was like the only guy they knew that got into reggae that might have a knack for it. And we were always influenced by Jamaica, you know, went directly to the source. Kind of have a few branches, right? You have like, you know, Jamaica, then you have the England, you know, there's a lot of Jamaicans in England, so you have the whole England, you know, like Oswald, Steel Pulse, UB40.
Right.
And,
big influence in the reggae.
yeah,
music.
so we always went straight to the source, and not only just Jamaican music, but Jamaican culture. There's a great sense of humor there, and just the food, and just all the culture we fell in love with, you know, and it was kind of our deal. But as far as like singing, you know, I was just troubleshooting, you know, trying to get better, and the turning point for me was we would rehearse, and we would typically write like 2 songs at a time, and then we would play the next night.
Quick, you were turning over songs.
Every time we turned around, we were plugging in. I mean, I remember one year we played like 85 gigs in California.
Wow.
But so Rhythm Track, all of a sudden we had this likable quality because reggae was kind of cool. And all the people that wanted nothing to do with us, and the chicks, all of a sudden they wanted to be our best friends and offer us their.
You're creating a scene, it sounds like.
Yeah.
You know,
it kind of
happened.
happened. We would do the first set, we'd call it the sound check set, and then we would go out and get Irie and Sperm Split, and then come back and then do it up, and then the last one would get filthy. But every once in a while we'd get a little giddy, and then, you know, just go, we bust out with some punk stuff, and it would kind of alienate. Like, for us, I think it was kind of like, don't forget who you're fucking with, you know, kind of thing. Because, you know, you had all these, like, yuppie, like, kind of conservative kids, you know, and at the same time, Pennywise hasn't blown up, but they're definitely on the scene. But now you can get Doc Martens at Nordstrom, and it's kind of okay to have dyed hair. Because there was a time when, like, you had short hair, it was kind of like, whoa, you know.
You know, going on that, back under the origin of it, because you've named off 3 of the bands that you played with, and we still haven't got to 2, but we will get there. It seems like with Rhythm Track, World Called Peace, and even Turu going into Capital Vices, you seem to play with a lot of the same guys in the same core of these groups.
Rhythm Track, I think, is a show we could do. We could bring in Sweata and Adam, and we could do. It would be great to do, you know, a whole show on Rhythm Track.
Wow.
Just because. No, it's kind of significant, you know, like for those that know.
And nostalgic, I can imagine.
I mean, not to toot my own horn, but it's not. It was definitely a band thing, you know, and a great time.
You know, that's a perfect segue to go into, because, as I said, we're going to keep talking about your musical career. Is it true that Two Roots self-titled album was your very first album that you actually pressed and released?
No. Okay, first of all, let's clean up a couple things here. That's a great, in my mind, that's a great example of, you know, Adam and I writing together. He wrote that music, and the words just flowed. I knew the concept, which the concept is basically this. And what I want to wrap up about the music is so Adam brings in this thing. I got the concept of the lyrics, and then, you know, the Two Root band. I mean, the weapons were strong, right?
Yeah, you guys had arsenal.
So the guys just started, you know, building the parts, and it was a great team effort for the finished product, the final production aspect of it. But
you know, this might be a perfect plug to go into that, because this right here is the self-titled album that you have here.
And it's so pro.
As you can see, the viewers here, we'll actually put something up for the viewers to see as well. Now, going on that, I mean, let's talk about the band members' names of this group. You got Lazy Dread, you got a man by the name of Flan, is that right?
Yeah.
You also got a guy by the name of Fatal.
Right.
You got who they call Dog Boy.
Correct.
And then you got a guy named Kyle. So, I mean, are these their names? Are these stage names? How do you get these names for the band like this? How do you find these guys?
That's just, I mean, like the Dog Boy thing for me, it's the only nickname I ever had.
How did you get that name, Dog Boy?
It doesn't matter.
You don't want to
whatever, but yeah, those nicknames. I mean, we got John Flannery, so his nickname's always been Flan. I kind of dubbed Fatal, Ryan Fatal.
Fatal. I love that name. These names
Lazy
are great.
Dread. I mean, he's had many many nicknames, some great ones.
We're going to take a break right now, not to interrupt you though, but we'll go back into this record. And for my viewers, right now we're going to play this record from Two Root called Local Dub. And when we come back, we'll be back right here with Robbie. So we'll see you guys all in just a bit.
I'm a scout rough, no doubt. To pull the food chain, cause I serve. Places come and some may change, but the chain of command will always remain. Locals will always, will I say. Circles will always, will I say. Locals will always rule Hermosa, CA. This is the tragedy. This is mental anarchy. This is local frequency. Channeling through me. Local dub, shall we feel the pain, your pressure? Swallow goes is dub for you. Local dub, see families get run out. Swallow goes is dub for you. I wake up, hey, what's that sound? Another house they're tearing down. Get down a tree before it grows. If you deal out, you never know. They say progress in the name of change, but this the thing our man seems strange. You feel the down up on the beach. Too much concrete now it's obsolete. Ah, the tragedy. This is mental anarchy. This is local frequency and what it needs to weigh. Local love, which can be feel your pain, your pressure. What goes is the feeling. Yeah. Local love, we see the Malaysia right now. What goes is the feeling.
Okay, we're back, and that was Local Dub by Two Root, and I'm here with Roby Rogers. Robbie, that track again was a very special number to me, and explain to me exactly how you came up with the lyrics, and basically...
Is that killing the mic when I pour the coffee?
No.
The concept is basically like this, and like I want to make it clear to the viewers at home, as you say, I'm not like, I don't hate transplants or people that have moved here. I've accepted the situation, but the concept of local dub is like the food chain thing. So when I say there's few that know how green the land once flowed, what I mean by that is this was a great place to grow up.
Right.
Couple Mexican restaurants, a lot of vacant lots, killer surf out front.
Sure.
The beach was our backyard. Grew up in a time where our moms knew the lifeguards. We would just be down at the beach all day. When there's no surf, there's no waves. We would skateboard alleys and skateboard pools, and that's just, I guess that, what they call what surf skate culture now.
Okay.
But I'm old enough to have kind of helped, pioneer, or that was part of my life. So when I say there's few that know how green the land once flowed, that's what I mean. Is like what this place used to be like, and then I said Lions all of us, the future spot. So Lions all of us means the locals are the top of the food chain. Mm-hmm. We're the Lions, right? So no matter if you come here and buy a house and you own property now, and you're like, hey, I'm from the South Bay or whatever, that's cool.
Right.
But when you get in the water, right, like, and you try to go surf,
okay,
not that it's hardcore, localism and you're gonna get beat up or anything like that. I mean, that stuff can happen in certain spots, but the ocean is like the prairie, right? And so like in Africa or something on the prairie, when the antelope come out or whatever it is, they come out and they think like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take this too, right? Well, we all know what happens to,
the pride comes out.
Well, you all know how the lions react when they come out to try to take that too. When you get out on the ocean, you come out to surf. If you don't show respect, if you don't get the etiquette or the pecking order. You know, you all know what the lions do to the antelope or whatever whatever the animal is. You know, they get eaten alive. So that was kind of, it's not a hate thing, but it was that kind of concept. And you know, having to, so even though like a lot of the locals have to move to higher ground, inland, so to speak, you know, when you get on the prairie, when you get on the ocean, everything's the same.
That's right, even playing field.
And that can be, I do believe that can be applied anywhere, you know.
Well said.
But anyways, so, you know, that's enough about that.
Just keep moving on.
Everything's going to be long winded.
That's fine.
The coffee's kicking in.
And that's what we want to elaborate on these questions, and you definitely prove that because you're very colorful with the way you describe your stories, and we appreciate that here on the.
Well, people that know me, they know I can talk, but the difference is for people that want to stereotype me, it's just because, you know, in the you know 80s and 90s and the cocaine years, I took a lot of people hostage.
Yeah, you know, that's the shame because nowadays, you know, I'm going to
go, what's up, dude? And they go, oh, yeah, they got nothing to say.
It was the great George Carlin that said, you know, rock and roll went from cocaine to Rogaine. So, I mean, that's kind of where we're at with it now. Now, going into that, let me ask you this. If you were to pass the torch on to somebody, a younger band, or any up-and-coming musical artist, who would you say is making an impact today in the local South Bay scene as far as musically wise? Being from a local scene and being from the South Bay community, I can list off a few bands, such as long ones like the STDs.
Well, yeah, I love STDs. Of course, I love STDs. They've been around for a minute now.
Yes.
I mean, the name says it all. You know, they have legitimately been banned.
Yeah.
I've tried to. I love the guys in the band. I've known them for a while. I've known Joey for a long time since, you know, and I love, you know, all the guys. And I think they have their own history. I think.
I mean, you played a number of shows with them. With World
My dream, not that I think I'm a big producer guy, but I would love to get a chance to work with those guys. Like, get in the room, have them throw at me what they got, say, hey, what do you think about doing it in this light or whatever. If they're there,
are they hearing that? This might be a perfect time to hear this, boys. And going on that, because that's more of your punk influence, and going into a reggae thing. Two other groups that I would like to name that are probably just as big or not coming up as big are guys like Special C, and we also got the Bad Seeds, some of the Bad Seeds. Right. So the sound is still here, and they're still kind of doing things. It's just, it's a different era. And like you said, when you were doing it back with Rhythm Track, World Call Peace, and Too Rude, it wasn't as much as a digital kind of put it on, put it out there. You know, you had to really kind of go and interact with these record labels or whoever to really put yourself on.
Well, and we did the same thing. And so with Rhythm Track, there was a moment where we had our obvious influences, and then we kind of approached this junction where there was a song we did called Love TV, and we were like, oh shit! Like,
hey, that was dope.
Nobody sounds like this. Like, this is our shit.
You developed.
We kind of grew in, and that's a great moment that for any band, you hope, you know, when they get there and they discover that, that's the moment that, in my mind, for me, my experience is where it really starts.
That's fair enough. Yeah. So I'll tell you what, we're going to take a little break, and when we come back, we'll play a fun game called Battle of the Bands, and we'll be back here with Robbie, and we'll talk about the prizes and everything that's to come with it. So we'll see you in a bit.
This is Rob, and you're off the air with I'll Be There.
This is Bautista, and you're off the air with I'll Be There.
My name is Burgie, Benz, and you're off the air with I'll Be There. Unless I'm there.
I'm Rachel Richards with Lulu's Vegan Skin, and I'm here with I'll Be There on the air.
This is Matt Kitchen with Chaos Kitchen. Off the air, I'll Be There.
This is Butch from the South Bay, Hermosa Beach. Off the air with I'll Be There.
Happy 4th of July! I'm here with Off the Air with I'll Be There, one of the fucking raddest South Bay locals.
My name's Anthony Hernandez, and I'm off the air with I'll Be There.
What's up? This is Castle. You're off the air with I'll Be There.
This is the ZAC HBL. You're off the air with I'll Be There.
Hi, I'm Antonette Herrera, and this is Off the Air with Albie.
Okay, and we're back. We're here with Roby Rogers again of Too Rude, and also his latest project with the Capital Vices Limited. We are going to play a fun game right now, and it's called Battle of the Bands. It's a promotional show that's coming up very soon called Off the Record with I'll Be There. But as I have Robbie here right now, we're going to play a fun game here. And the object of this game is to basically match my answers with his answers.
So name the one that I like.
Exactly. So
And
there's
the
a
one
list
that I
of
don't mention
is the band that you
is
don't
out.
like. There you go. You got
Doesn't mean
it.
that I don't like it, but I'm preferring.
There you go.
Okay, here we
Now
go.
you understand the game. So Robbie has no idea what I already said, and we will match it. No, I'm the only true one on set. There you go. No, please, there you go. Just for the game. Okay, now that you're in full character, are you ready to go? Can I start the band and can we get the game going? Let's go. Okay, hit the music. The Beatles versus the Rolling Stones.
Stones.
Bob Marley, Dennis Brown.
Marley.
Jimi Hendrix, Jim Morrison.
Morrison.
Bad Brains or The Clash?
That's a brutal one.
Never said it was going to be easy.
I gotta go with The Clash. I got a son named Strummer.
The Clash. Pink Floyd, The Grateful Dead.
Oh, God. Next? No, just kidding. Pink Floyd.
Pink Floyd. Black Flag or Pennywise?
No disrespect with Black Flag. Yeah, tribute to the martyrs. You know.
Johnny Cash or Willie Nelson?
Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash. Justin Bieber or Justin Timberlake? There's the plethora of music here.
Who?
You gotta pick one.
Just because it's... I'll go with Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber. And last but not least, Too Rude or U2?
Okay, let me get this straight. Too Rude or U2?
I'm just gonna mark it for you at this point.
U2, right?
No, U2 as in Bono.
Yeah. Oh, Bono.
You're catching up in your old age, man. And I'm really thinking about that.
All right, I'm done with the shades.
But I'll tell you what, Rob, this has been a really treat for me. And the fact that you come out of here today to spend some time with me, I'm going to quote something that you told me once a long time ago. The best gift you can offer anyone is the gift of your time. And I appreciate you coming out here, adding your day, and having some fun with me today. This is usually the part of the show where I ask you to either give any shout outs or maybe if there's any upcoming shows with Capital Vices, if you'd like to tell anyone in either one of these cameras where we can catch you next.
No, the shout outs, all my friends and family, and like I said, if there's anything I said that came off weird, just blame it on Albert. Or Albie. No, it's been fun, super fun, and then
I appreciate you coming
and if you haven't checked it out, we'll do a shameless plug for the Capital Vices record. We did one record, and we did some shows lately. We kind of took a little hiatus, but it's on the digital formats, and I love the record. I'd like to think that we have songs, and we actually made an album.
Yeah.
I still try to make albums a tribe of songs that flow together as one collection, and not to get corny, but I think we accomplished that with that record. So if you haven't checked that out, check it out. And that's kind of another weapon and stuff. But what you're saying about me is absolutely mutual.
I appreciate it.
I love you.
I love you.
And you're really good at what you do. You gotta keep this going.
Thank you. And this is a passion project that I love doing. And for those of my viewers that continue to watch, I appreciate your support. But in closing now, I just want to say thank you again for continuing to watch and support. You can find me on my Facebook page as well as on my YouTube page as we air every Wednesday. And with that being said, you can also please tune in, as I said earlier, when we start a new show called Off the Record with I'll Be There. More to come in the future. But in closing, I like to always say, please, find yourself, find your heart, and find your art. I'll Be There. Stay great, be great, and we'll see you guys all on the very next one. Good day. Bye-bye.